Attack on Titan season 3, man. Where to begin with this episode? I don't know if I want to start with the opening. I want to start with, Jack the Ripper showing up or not, but I'll just jump right into the opening, I guess, just to get this out of the way. So, for you guys that are wondering my opinion on the opening, which most of you guys most likely are, because this opening is a 180 of the first two, and it's so soft. It's such a soft opening. It's such a slow opening, and I will say this right now: the opening nails what it's trying to do with the visuals and the music, putting the two together. And we see, just judging by the opening, this clearly looks as if it's going to be, one of the seasons to where we get a lot of characterization for characters, because we get a lot of characters reflecting on their past, and therefore getting showcased all these different kind of characters past, Erwin and stuff like that. Levi, of course, Levi with well, Kenny being there, right? And I said Jack the Ripper. I didn't mean Kenny the Ripper, but obviously that's where it came from. Kenny the Ripper, Jack the Ripper. That's where this character came from, obviously. And I gotta say, so I kind of want to hop into this part really quick here. So it seems as if the government were the people that were getting in on this and, arresting Irwin and all these different kind of things. But to me personally, now that I, see Kenny and how, Levi's just digesting and deciphering everything that's going on, saying, nah, the government wouldn't use amateurs. And now that he's like, but Kenny would. And Kenny did. And it was, in fact, Kenny, right? So whenever I look at that, it looks like it's probably the Race family, the Reese race. I think it's pronounced Reese family. That those are the ones that are operating it, because the people that killed, Nick, the soldiers were there in that room, and of course, yeah, we know Kenny's not part of the government, so it looks as if maybe it's just the Reese family doing all this, not the government, not in fact the government. But at the same time, it makes you wonder, because at first it seemed like it was a church that had Nick done in, but no, it's the Reese family. We saw the guy that took out Nick. Pastor Nick was in the room with the king, right? So we got to see King Reese. And I do got to ask you guys a question. It makes you wonder. No spoilers, guys. No spoilers, for the love of God. Or else because I don't usually read Attack on Titan comments because of that. That's one of the shows I try to not read comments as much. But so to me, basically, it's like this. It's just like, you know, I look at Historia, and I'm just kind of like, why didn't they just keep her within the family? If they didn't want her true identity to get out, why did she ever leave the castle? Why was she not just bound to the castle? Why? Why did you not want her around? What's the deal? I mean, is that the only? I don't know if that's the only daughter and just doesn't like her or something. But wouldn't it be safest, to keep your enemies closer, right? That's what they say. So why exile her? I'm not really sure exactly. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know. I mean, I can't remember if they went into this season two. I remember the Ymir being in a church thing. I remember getting that flashback. I can't remember if they. I can't remember exactly with the whole Historia thing. I'll have to go back and check that out, because I may just be an idiot right now. But I just got to go back and remember so many shows you watch. But other than that though, the Levi squad, first off, I want to say I love the season because Levi is a part of it and he's going to be on the forefront. They teased us in season one, and now he's in this season full fledged. Just like it's Levi, like in all of his glory. That's what's going to be going on. And the ending, wherever him and Kenny are going at each other, and you just see all Kenny's squad, and it seems as if all Kenny's squad are all badasses at that. And it's just like, holy crap. Like, how are they going to take these guys out? This is going to be a fucking battle, dude. I'll tell you that right now. And it looks like Historia and Aaron get captured next up, I think it was. So, and, speaking of Aaron, though, let's talk about Aaron and Historia really quick, since that's what we're on. I've seen, just Aaron being that mom kind of dude. He's just such a mom, and it shows his growth and maturity because of Levi. But at the same time, it shows where he's come, where he had that conversation with Historia, and it shows that he's been able to read people mentally. He's been able to put two and two together, and he is there mentally. Like he can decipher things. Like he can break down a person and understand maybe why they're being a little bit why they are after he learns a little bit more about them. And it shows his growth whenever he talks to Historia and just kind of said, "Hey, I like it better this way. You're real. You're so fake and forced before." So, other than that, though, Aaron not being able to transform, that's a big question. What the hell? Why? What's going on with that? And of course, this probably has something to do with his coordinator power. He just activated it for the first time. Maybe it's a repercussion after activating the first time. Maybe if you activate the coordinator power, maybe you gotta have a cooldown for a week, 2 weeks, a month. Who knows? Who knows? I mean, Once again, I know it's so cliche to say, but with great power comes great responsibility. Sure, and that may be, you gotta be responsible in the way you use it, because you can only use it. If you do use it, you can't use a lot of other things for a certain amount of time. So that's gonna be a question we, of course, want to get answered really bad. So, I mean, whew, I'm ready for the human versus human kind of atmosphere. I'm hyped up. The way season 3, episode 1 presented itself. I really applaud that. Once again, production issues. I want to know after episode 12 where the show goes. I really want to know after episode 12, around episode 8, if I start noticing some less animation, if I start noticing animation it's kind of stalled because there's not as many frames and frames in it. Maybe it's like not necessarily a stutter, because you don't have animations that stutter get produced, like, but you can still tell if it's kind of, it doesn't have that, I guess, that flair, that finesse that Attack on Titan does, especially with that maneuver gear. If it doesn't carry that weight, whenever their titans punching each other, all that kind of stuff. So I definitely want to know that. But with that said, I mean, that's basically everything I needed to talk about. But yeah, what did you guys think of season 3, episode 1 of Attack on Titan? As always, guys, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, X25, and yeah, check out my Patreon down in the description below. Got a little mixed up there, but yeah, I'm back, baby. It's been 3 days. I'm a little rusty, but after this video, I think I'm pretty much good to go. Attack on Titan season 3, damn good first episode.